What is it about her that's drawn the author's attention? How far along is this book, you wonder, and how are you going to get a footing in it? My first novel being written is the story of Daniel Fisher, who knows that he's a minor character who exists in the imagination of an author. He's sort of the literary equivalent of an extra in a movie. So if a scene takes place in a popular restaurant, Daniel might be one of the bodies filling out one of the tables 30 feet away from the action. So the novel is about the lengths to which he's willing to go to win a bigger part. One thing that was definitely challenging in writing this book was managing the author, because I don't think of the author as me. I think of the author as sort of this character who's being interpreted through Daniel. And so Daniel is wondering, what does the author want from me, and what does the author think of me, and what should I do next, and what does this indicate that I should do next? Is this a sign from the author? And so that was a little bit of it was a fun challenge to manage his interpretation of the author and keep that distinct from what my intentions are for the novel, which aren't the same. I think the character I most identify with in the novel is Delia, who is the singer who hasn't been singing lately. I'm a fiction writer, of course, and there were a few years when I wasn't writing fiction so much, and looking for reasons for that and excuses for myself. And she's somebody who is struggling to fit music into her life, and she's years are passing, and she's not doing what she wants to be doing. The novel alternates between chapters that are in the third person that focus on characters who don't know they're being written, and chapters that focus on Daniel, and his chapters show his perception of being written into the book, and those are written in the second person, where you are the character. And that's definitely not how this novel began. Originally, the whole thing was written in the third person. Then I tried the second person, which sort of gives the sense of a character talking to himself, or emphasizes a sense of incredulity that you're in a situation, and I felt like that provided a better contrast and showed his unusual perspective on how the universe works. When you discovered back at the age of 21 that your entire world is simply the imagination of an author, and that you have the unusual ability to hear when the author happens to be writing about someone nearby, well, what the hell were you supposed to do with that? It's rather disheartening, like the grown-up equivalent of finding out there's no Santa Claus. Or worse, really much worse. Because if you're just here to fill out the landscape and provide the world with an infrastructure so that other people's lives can be written, then your own life can feel kind of pointless. Yet when the morning comes, you still have to wake up, go to work, pay the bills, fill the time. It was only after you'd passed in and out of a few books that you started to wonder if you could serve some greater purpose on the page.